Welcome back to The Patient Man. What a beautiful day down here. I thought I'd bring you down to the beach and show you another beach shot, which I love. But yeah, just a very nice, beautiful, calm day. You like my jumper? It's me Rocco's Modern Life jumper, I feel like it looks like. Today's subject is going to be an interesting one for me and for you other men. Aging and the loss of physical identity. So it's a hard one for me to speak on because I wouldn't say I'm old, but I can give you my perspective on my personal life and where I think aging's happened for me. So obviously being young, being physically resilient, you know, when you, as men, you know, when if you're a part of sports or whatever it might be, you get real, you know, the one that always balances really, really funny with me is I've played a lot of team sports, so being the young person in a team and the older blokes coming off the training track and they're doing warm downs, and we just go straight into the cans or straight into the car and straight home, and the old blokes go, you know, you young blokes just don't realise, you know, you don't realise it. You know, you've got to do a cool down, and the typical ego of the young fella is, I don't need to do that. I'll never get to that age, and I'll never understand that. And look how good I feel, and I can wake up tomorrow and do the same thing. And I hate to admit it, man. It's not true. You got to do the warm downs. You have to do. I'm 37 this year, so chronologically not that old. But I've had a lot of sports injuries and a lot of setbacks in all sorts of things. So I can relate to what they're saying, but fine attention to detail with losing that physical capability of a 19 or 18-year-old when you're young and you're just going for it. It is humbling. It's really humbling. There's kind of a stage where I found for me that it caused me a lot of mental distress and a lot of mental health problems in that identification with body, and things weren't healing as well, or I wasn't feeling like a spring chicken anymore. And that really hurt, thinking that I could, you know, push through it, just keep pushing through, which we get taught. And it works until it doesn't. And then you've really got to eat the humble pie. And I feel like it's a reflection, it's the universe saying to me or to us or whatever scenario you're in is, smell the roses a bit, enjoy the fact you have a body that feels and that you can feel it, and love the process of what you're doing. I feel like when you're younger, you're always doing, and you'll try to avoid the process. But I'm still adjusting to this now. The process is the part I enjoy the most. It just makes the end product so much better. And losing that physical identity, for me personally, you know, I always looked, as we all do, when you're 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, in your early 20s, you just look $1 million, you feel $1 million, or you perceive that you feel $1 million and look $1 million. But eventually, life will get you, especially if you're really pushing it. Time will get you, and you will get humbled. And it's up to you, and it's your responsibility as a man to either take that as a humbling experience and learn from it, or you can take it as a personal attack on your ego and fight it and deny the fact that things will happen to you. You will get older and things won't heal as fast and you will not feel as vibrant. But for my lesson that I got out of it was it slowed my physical body down to allow me to access and understand my mental, which was scary because I never accessed my mental because I always relied on my physical. When you get that taken away from you, it becomes quite difficult to be able to sit with yourself and know who you are as a person or what you stand for, because that physical body is not always going to be there. It'll have its days, it'll wane, it'll be amazing, it'll be on and off, just like mental health. But being able to have a resilient mind and being able to see lessons in life and being present with it and not perceiving attack always or incompetent or your body's not good enough or it's everyone else's fault, it's a projection. Turn inwards again, have a look inside, because you might have something you're missing or lacking in yourself. You might, you may not, I don't know. But I think when you get a really good balance of your understanding mentally of life, and you also get a good balance of understanding your physical body, there's a real harmony there and a lot of grace with, if you're not on for the day, it's okay. Take a day off. You know, make sure you do something to service yourself, look after yourself, nurture yourself. If you feel like you're physically beaten down, have a day, get in an ice bath or have a cold swim in the ocean, but give yourself space to recover, because this is a journey that you want to make for 40 years. This is not a 12-week program or a 12-week, shredding or a goal acutely that we want to try to achieve. It's health for life, both mental and physical. Losing that physical part or seeing it degrade could be very hard. And speaking to older men in their 60s and 70s and hearing their stories about how their bodies have just disappeared without them knowing, slowly. And that really takes a lot of your mental masculinity away, especially if you haven't done the work with the mental side of understanding that you're not just your body. You are a soul, an energy, a great person. But it is a really hard one to break, that duality between two. That's really humbling for me. It was one of the biggest ones I struggled with, being a footy player and then also a bodybuilder, all self-image driven. So, yeah, I'll leave that with you. Question of the day. What part of aging have you found hardest to accept? What part of aging have you found the hardest to accept? For me, it's not time. I'm not worried about getting old and dying. That doesn't faze me. The part that was hardest to accept, honestly, deep down inside, was my physical body and, having a bit of fat here and a bit of this here and not feeling like I used to be, trying to break that curse of being nice to myself instead of just destroying myself mentally. Accepting my body for what it is now and seeing my body as what I have done to it instead of looking at it going, I want it to look better. It's an image. My body's showing me an image in time of what I've done to it and how I've treated it. Now it's recovering so amazingly and it's bouncing back, and I'm so glad I worked this stuff out early. But what have you had trouble? What have you struggled to deal with as you're getting older? Is it physical, mental? Is it energy levels? What is it that for you struggle a lot with? Put it in the comments below. We can have a chat about it. But we're all unique in our own ways, and no one's right and wrong. This is a really, really hard question, because physical body is something we all identify with, unfortunately, in the society we live in. So be kind to yourself if you answer this question, and be honest too. Be raw. Be real with yourself. Love yous all. Have another good day. Look at this.